Hi, fifth graders. You are going to be learning about geometric nets, and I was hoping that the link above would take you right to the video, but I found that it didn't. It does on my smart notebook, but it doesn't when I try to record. So I created another link. You'll be able to watch this smart lesson, which will be short, and then you'll notice below it, it says video on geometric nets, and you should be able to click on that and go to the video. So what you see above, this web address, this little thing that I hoped would work, does not take you, but there will be a separate piece on Moodle. You'll be able to see it or you would have seen it. So in the video, when you watch it, you'll be learning about geometric nets, and some of the vocabulary that you will see are the words net, 2 and 3 dimensional figures, face, edge, vertices when we look at a 3-dimensional figure. So you can go through this little smart lesson, or you can stop this lesson and go and watch the video now, and then come back to this lesson later. So I'll continue to the next page. And it just tells you a little bit more about geometric nets are 2-dimensional shapes, and you can fold them into a 3-dimensional shape, which is a solid. And the net is the pattern. When we take a 3-dimensional shape or solid and we lay it out flat, we show the net. Now, if you want to determine whether a net that you see forms a solid, you have to be sure that the solid figure, the 3-dimensional figure, and the net have the same number of faces, and that the shapes of the faces match so that the solid and the net have similar faces. And then think about how you could fold or fold the net to make the solid or unfold the solid to make the net. Nets are helpful when we want to find surface area, which will be another activity we'll be doing next week. So here's an example of a 3-dimensional figure. It's a cube. It has 6 faces. These are our faces. It has edges and it has vertices. And I can unfold this shape to create many different possible nets. These nets, if I fold them up, will be creating a cube, a solid. We'll be doing that next week. So here's a rectangular prism, and the rectangular prism is this 3-dimensional shape. We unfold it to fold a net that looks like this, and you can see the corresponding sides and faces. Here's an example of a triangular prism. Here you'll see that base. Here you'll see this pyramid that has the rectangular base and the triangular sides. So again, you want to be sure that the net, faces of the net, and the faces of the solid match. And I crossed this out. That was a mistake earlier. Here is just a net for a cylinder, the solid shape, the net, and the net of a cone, kind of an interesting shape. So we'll be creating some nets and some solid shapes next week. On Monday, you'll need to bring your scissors. And if you have tape, I'll be cutting out some nets and then creating the solids from them. And we'll be looking at some example of solids and what they look like when their net is unfolded. So again, after you've watched this smart lesson, please watch the video on geometric nets. Have a good weekend. Math counts.